Alright everybody, so I came back. I've been doing the Iron Man, as you know, and last night we decided to do some OPRs. So that was the first OPRs I've done in like over a month on my assassin, and wow, it was rough. And my initial thoughts after doing a few of the OPRs is that I actually think that mounts may have potentially made OPR worse, not better. At least for an assassin, not necessarily like overall. The thing is, if you think about it, when you can get from position A to position B at a rapid pace, all that's going to do is mean that everyone's traveling together, and so everyone's just going to congregate at the same spots, right? So the nodes, basically. And so you're not going to get those people that are like drifting in as much, and when everyone's like running everywhere or walking everywhere, you know, like the Zerg tends to spread itself out because some people will get like fighting, or some people just be slower than others will be hurrying, so it kind of spreads the pack out, the Zerg out. But because everyone's going to be on horses, obviously that's not going to happen anymore, so you're just going to get like Zergs running between the nodes. That's kind of what I was seeing, just like huge, just packed Zergs just sticking really closely together. I've been playing a little bit on my healer on a couple of nights, so it's not like it's my first night doing OPRs. It's like my third night, but my first night on my assassin anyway. But on the healer it wasn't as noticeable because I was kind of in the sick healing. So it seems to be pretty consistent, at least in the nights I've been playing. The other problem is that everyone is playing ranged. Oh, sorry. And so that's a little bit tricky, right, for an assassin, because an assassin is so reliant on catching players like that are a little bit out from the group, you know, because you're such a squishy Donny yourself that you really want to catch someone who's like a little bit isolated, that's a little bit overextended. You want to get those people that are kind of like put themselves into a bad spot, right? And so it's hard to do that when everyone's just packed up in a Zerg. And then that brings me to part B. If you do try to approach the Zerg, everyone's pretty much playing range now, firestaff. So if you as much as poke your head out the fucking door, you have about 50 fireballs flying at your face. And if not fireballs, bows or muskets. And those fireballs hurt. So not only are people all packed together, but they're all ranged. So even if you kind of slightly start moving towards them, you tend to get hit by a hell of a lot of ranged attacks, which is, I feel like, a lot worse than last patch, where there was a bit less. But at least they didn't hurt as much. So yeah, so not only is everyone Zerg together, but you can't sort of skirt around in the open as much anymore either. You have to be like really, like, not that you should really be standing in the open as an assassin, but sometimes you can stand in the open and be pretty comfortable knowing that you could get away. But now it's like, man, you can't stand in the open at all. You just always need to be like absolutely just always near line of sight, always have an exit strategy. I feel like the assassin's playstyle's always been one that's been very reliant on being situationally aware, because you're so squishy that if you kind of get caught out, you can die really, really quickly. So you really need to sort of, like, when you're going in for a kill, be quite smart about it, be quite sneaky about it, and it involves situational awareness, right? You need to sort of know what's going to happen before you go in. And that's more important now than ever before, because you just cannot be out in the open. Like, people just blow you up. So you've always, it's pretty much like, you've always got to be near line of sight, I reckon, or something. So it's been pretty rough. So I tried GreatSword hatchet. So this was sort of my experience. I tried GreatSword hatchet, and then I just found, like, it's not like I was dying heaps, but I wasn't getting the kills as much as, at least as much as the last patch, because I just couldn't get close to them. When I got on someone, I just had like 1,000 fireballs being thrown at me, and people were really clubbed up in a Zerg, so a lot of the time I was just sitting there kind of waiting for those opportunities to arise where I could actually get in there and get the attack off. But because everyone was so packed up, you know, like those opportunities just didn't come up as much. So I found like the GreatSword hatchet just wasn't really working like as well for me this patch as it was last patch. Maybe I just had a few bad battlegrounds with that one. But I kind of like was playing there and I was like, maybe I should switch to Spear Rapier, because what I like about Spear Rapier, well, I feel like it's really good for surviving in the Zerg. I find Hatchet and GreatSword really good at creating distance and escaping away from people, right? So if you get into trouble, you can usually use the Berserk and like the Defy Death and all that, and you'll get away from that fight and you can just run away and then come back later. But I find like the Spear Rapier is actually really good. Like, you can jump into a Zerg and be fighting them and be kind of dodging around and teleporting and all that. So you can actually survive for quite a while whilst trying to get that kill and then getting away. And so that sort of helped quite a lot when I went on Spear Rapier, because it allowed me to get in, like, because everyone's so zerged up, but it allowed me to get in there and actually do the damage as an assassin. So I felt like that was the play. Felt like right now the Spear Rapier seemed like the right weapon to be fighting against outnumbered players. So that's what I'm going to be sticking to for now. But I'll be probably I've only tried 2 at the moment. I've tried GreatSword, Hatchet, Spear, Rapier. So I'll be trying other combos and see how they work. Maybe I would try Spear Hatchet, but yeah, it's going to be hard to give up that Rapier just because of the mobility. But hey, if anyone else is playing light melee, assassin, let me know what you're thinking and what your thoughts are. Do you agree with my take? And what weapons are you using to help you out? Yeah, so that's basically it. And the other thing I just want to add to is, like, I reckon there'll be a lot of melee boys, but they'll be in like 5-mans, you know, with a healer in the group, and that's fine. But like, it's not exactly hard to stay out. Like, it's not exactly hard, you know. Coming into OPR as a 5-man is about as hard as drinking water. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that hard. So I imagine there'll be a lot of melee people playing like in 5-man groups, but solo it might be a little bit different. Alright, so here I'm just going to go through some of the remaining kills in the match, and then I'll just quickly show you the build that I was running just in case, because I know that people will ask. Right, so the main thing that I'm doing really now is I'm being a lot more careful about picking my targets, so I'll just really just be patient and I'll wait to see, okay, that person's isolated, I can get on them and quickly do the damage, and I probably won't get like zerged on. So here I see a healer standing on their own, so I do a little sneak leap attack off at them and get to finish them off. Okay, my bad, it wasn't a healer. But it was like obviously a little leap attack. And then here I just see someone who's low, so obviously I just finished them off. So it's basically, I'm just being very opportunistic looking. So I see a little healer, I get on them, but they get away. But it's just been opportunistic and waiting for those opportunities to come for you, where you see someone that's like easy to kill, or that you can just jump on and kill pretty quickly. But I can see they're starting to build up here, so I run out. And so again, it's just important to not get baited into doing dumb shit. Like, I know that you want to probably, like, as an assassin, it's just resisting that urge to try to, like, rush at people, and it's just going to get yourself killed. So, for example, it's a good example here. Like, I come up. Now, 3 ranged people are just sitting over there on the side. So if I try to go in and get them, they're just going to blast me apart. If I try to get into the... Obviously, I can't go into this door because it's full of them. So it's just looking for anyone who's isolated, like this guy who's gotten pulled out, and just making sure you finish them off. You know what I mean? Just being really patient, not getting suckered into a fight where you're going to lose it, and waiting for that opportunity. It's very an assassin-like playstyle. Like right here, this person who gets attacked, you'll see it shortly to my left. So I'm just waiting for someone I can attack, and here it comes here. So this guy Don comes out, starts attacking this guy, and then he's just completely on his own. So of course that's a fight I want to join in on. So I finish him off there, and then running for my life down here. But this guy's a little bit isolated himself. Now that was kind of stupid, so I kind of run off there. But here's some low people again. Like this guy's completely overextended, so I can just finish him off. Not sure I'm a super big fan of the tracking either. I feel like it can throw me off quite a bit. I do something really stupid there in charge. See, that was me getting baited in to try to get a kill, and then I sort of realized as I went for the launch that there was like 15 of them, so just back up. It's just about being patient and resisting that urge and going in when you know you're safe, you know. So I'm just like running around. But yeah, I'm not sure about the tracking at the moment. I'm not sure if I like it. But here we have a few people that are overextending here. There's definitely going to be an opportunity like this guy here. And I managed to finish him off. And then speaking of overextending, bless his little heart because he's a bro. No, actually he's not overextending because he's trying to get to his teammates, but he kind of gets a little isolated and we get into a little fight with each other, but I'm able to dodge. I hit my ulti, which is hitting me, and I'm able to dodge like all his stuns that he's trying to get on me. His bruiser stuns, and just poke away at him with my spear and then finish him off. So that was kind of it. Just being very opportunistic really. And being opportunistic and getting for the kills and just not doing anything kind of stupid, you know. I think that might be the motto for this season's patch. Right, I'm going to go to my build. Okay, real quickly, friends, I'm just going to rush through this because I'm pretty sure I've done a build video on this, and I'm too lazy to check. Okay, so, Enfeebling Skewer, Critical Retribution, Freedom, Dexterity. I think I've stacked Freedom, if I remember rightly. Freedom and Shaking Heels are like the two traits I'm going for. So, Light, Feather, Weight is my armor because it helps reduce that burst, which is obviously really, really important right now. I'm running Freedom, Fortify and Perforate, and Health on my gloves. I'm running Shaking Heels, Freedom, Shaking Energy on my legs. I'm running Legion Cycling, Freedom, and Ice Harnessing. Obviously, it's not that great, but it's what I got for my footwear. It's light armor. I'm using the Finisher because I want to do that extra damage on bleeding targets, and then I'm obviously, because I'm using a spear, I'm using Keenly Jagged to get the bleed, so that increases the damage. So that's what I'm doing. I'm running Stone Form for the survivability, which is kind of really important right now. You saw that in the video, how that helped me kill that guy. And then for the Amulet, Thrust Protection, Health, Stamina Recovery, Invigorated Punishment, Slash Damage, and Hardy. And I'm running the Endless Thirst. I need to check out the Jewelry because I've been away for a little while. I think there might be some better ones out now. That's what I'm running. Here is my attributes I run. That was what I was running. And then in terms of the weapons, that is my spear tree. So just memorize that. I'm not going to go through it. And this is my rapier tree. Please give me your thoughts. Tell me what all you little assassin bastards are running. And let's get this thing sorted, eh? Alright, thanks everyone. I'll see you later.